Welcome, everyone, and thank you for joining me today as I stand between you and cocktail hour. So, much appreciated. My name is Robin Hensley, and I am in charge of operations technology. Say that again, operations technology at UPS, and we'll be talking about some of the technology that I have. This is about moving packages, but specifically, I'm going to focus on, of course, our wearables and our virtual reality training that we have. I started my career in high tech, and I went over into retail security, and now I'm in the logistics industry. I have 6 patents. One of them is in logistics. So here we go. Just a very quick about UPS and our smart cloud technology, our smart logistics network technology, I should say. If I start at the bottom, we're really a very heavy asset company. You guys know us well with our tractor trailers and all the way through our drivers and our brown trucks that deliver your packages every day. We actually have over 5,000 or almost 5,000 technology employees around the world. And on an average day, we have $210 million hits on our website to do tracking, and that grows to over 300 million per day. And all of this ends up in being delivery of 5.2 billion packages per year. And if you don't know about it, we have something that's free called My Choice. Download it on your phone, and it'll let you track and even change the delivery of your packages. And I think that you might need this before the holidays. So starting with wearables. So we have innovated in new technologies for many, many years. And actually the device that your driver uses to electronically deliver your package, we brought that out in 1991. So this was really before cell phones were even popular. And we were, I would almost call that, in a way, the first cell phone because it was using that same sort of technology to deliver the packages. But then fast forward to 1995, we provided the very first in our industry wearable scanner. So this was a terminal that was sitting on your arm, and you had a ring scanner on your finger, and it would scan packages, but it was cabled. It was cabled together. We were using Wi-Fi. And at the time, we worked with our partners on using Bluetooth. So we were able to uniquely pull together Wi-Fi and Bluetooth to work at the same time so we could get rid of the cable. Now, you're thinking, well, so what? What's the big deal? Well, that was over 20 years ago. That was the big deal. So that was novel at the time. And of course, we're using this widespread in a very large company. And so over time, the devices have gotten smaller, they've gotten lighter. I'm going to show some of the devices, and then, of course, we move on to the virtual reality training that we have. So let me run a little video here that shows how this works. So we have, this is what we call an imprinter. And this man is very seamlessly scan the package, put a label on, and then sorting it. So scan, label, sort. Before, this was done by 2 or more people to do this activity. Also, the first part of this is we would actually print a label from a label printer that you might have on your belt, like returning a rental car, and it would print the label and it would put it on the package. But now the imprinter actually rolls the label onto the package, so there's no more paper label that's happening here. It's all happening in one motion. And if you don't know the details of our industry with logistics, what's happening is we have a lot of technology that comes in. All the packages are coming in real time. We're determining how many package cars that we need. Do we need 100? Do we need 103? Which car is it going to go on? Which shelf and which row does this package go on? So that's happening in real time, and that's what he's putting on the package. So it needs to have another label that says, where is this going, which car is it going into, and where's the car? So that's why this is an important task. Another task that we have is sorting the packages. So you see here is somebody using a ring scanner and sorting it. But what is unique about this is they're using something that we call DSI, Dynamic Sort Instruction. and they're getting a message in their ear of where this is going, of where do you want to sort this. So in this case, we see something like green 3, yellow 2. So it's telling them right away where to sort it. Before this, the sorter would have to understand, we had basically zip codes that were on each one of these bins. And you had to look at it and say, what zip code was it? And you would start to memorize and know where the zip codes were. So as you can imagine, what's happened with this technology, first we're using artificial intelligence and able to do this. So it can actually turn this into where it needs to be sorted. It has sped up the time of sort twice. So it's twice as fast, and it's 60% reduction in sort errors. So thank you to this. Your packages are getting to you and getting to you on time because they're not missorted and put on the wrong package car. But this also has sped up, of course, as you can think, training to do this. So any of us here could get on this line immediately and be very effective at doing this job. During the holidays, we hire 100,000 new employees. So again, very important to have this type of technology to help them. So now I'm going to talk about Intergrad. It's something that we call, it's a combination of integrated training and graduation. So this is where our drivers go to get training. And there's a number of types of training that happens, including computer-based training as well as physically doing the work training, getting on package cars and getting off of them. But also, we're using some virtual reality training. And in this case, we're looking at hazards. So you can see we're scanning or identifying hazards, like there could be a person standing at the side of the road. We'll consider that a hazard. When you go up to a street and stop at a street light, you need to look left, look right, look left. Are you doing those gestures? Are you doing them correctly? Are you identifying the hazards as well as the number of hazards, as well as the order of the hazards? So this is gamification, obviously. So we can gamify this. We can see what are you doing and how are you doing it. On the video to the left, you might notice that the steering wheel is on the right side of the car. So this is for our drivers in the UK and Germany. So clearly not here. We have the steering wheel on the other side. Okay, so and then the other driver is actually learning, how to identify the hazards on the right. But also notice that he needs to keep his hands on the steering wheel. So in many kind of virtual reality training, you are making gestures, as part of the training. We had to modify this with our partners to make sure that we had speech recognition integrated with the headset. The other important part of this is this is for training for drivers and for our on-road supervisors. When you're a supervisor on road with a driver, the driver needs to say what they're doing. They need to constantly be speaking. I see a hazard. I see a person standing. I see a stale green light. Anybody know what stale green light is? It's one that you didn't see change to green. So you don't know how long it's been green, so you don't know how soon it's going to become yellow or even red. So these are the kind of hazards they would be looking for, but they need to say them out loud. So as you're training a new driver coming in, they're being trained right away. Speak out loud. Speak up what you're saying. So when they do have their on-road drive, they're doing the right thing. So this is also part of our training at Intergrad. And this is training mechanics using the virtual reality in the different cases of how you would go about repairing the trucks. And another great thing about this is safety, because these areas can be unsafe, and it's if you're not trained in advance about how to use these heavy equipment, this is a great way of doing it in advance in a very safe environment. Because UPS operates one of the largest ground fleets as well as largest airline, it's very important to have this technology. And again, it reduces time and cost and increases safety. Okay, now we're going to have some fun. Okay, hold on. You are now employed at UPS. Welcome aboard. We would like to take you through training of something called a package simulator. I don't think anybody here should know what a package simulator is. You may know, but I think people rarely do. But once you're finished with this training, you are going to know what that is. So you don't know anything about UPS. You don't know anything about this job. You're going to put on your virtual headset. You'll put on your hand controllers, and we're going to take you through learning, practicing, and testing. So let's go. So here we are in the simulator. The first thing you do is need to understand your environment. We're going to look around, and of course, you could dynamically look around. Just look to the back, look to the front. You can look up and down. You can see what the inside of a center looks like. You may never have been into a center. You're looking around to your right. You see a chute down there on your right, and you're pointing at your test, and you say, okay, let's go. Let's do the first learning module. So we're going to look at oversized packages. This line is for small packages. So if you see anything oversized, you need to take it off and put it to the chute to your right. Oh, there's one. And the green hands are showing you what to do. Put your hands on top of my green hands. I'm picking up the package. Now I'm moving the package off to the chute. See, the green hands are telling you what to do. So we're teaching you how to do this job, and you're following along. The next one, now we have cylinders. Again, these are incompatibles for this particular line. They may not scan properly. Again, take them off, put them in the chute to your right. Now let's look at packages that might be open. What do you do with a package open? Grab it, move it to your left, because you're going to tape it up later. You're going to have time to tape these up, so that's fine. Now spills. Okay, spills can be really bad. You don't know what's in the spill. It can damage the equipment. It could damage your hands. Don't touch a package that's spilled. So we want you to e-stop. That would be emergency stop. It's going to stop the entire line and call for help. Somebody's going to come clean this up and then let you keep going. Okay, so and there was P-stop there, which would just stop the line, but the E-stop is emergency. The next one is packages on top of each other or next to each other need to be moved. So now you're learning about how you catch those, just separate them, let it go. Okay, let's practice. All right, now we're gonna run. Now, by the way, we're running at half speed. So this is the slow test. So let's see if we can make it. And you see on your right, you actually see how well you're doing. By the way, you stepped away from your power zone. It gave a red arrow that said you're out of your zone, so get back in your zone. Okay, let's see the packages coming down. We see an open box, grabbed it, put it to the left. Very good, good job. You're gonna get points for that. Oh, I see a package that is open and has debris in it. Let's see what it says about that. There you go, made a mistake. You needed to stop the belt because you had something open there. Those could be screws that could highly damage the equipment. Or it could be something that was dangerous. You need to stop the belt and get assistance for that. Great, you caught the cylinder, you put it aside. So keep going, and you'll keep seeing the different things that are happening. You're going to get points along the way. There's a spill. Should have stopped it. Needed to get assistance on that one. So you're not going to get points. And there was a larger package. Caught it. That was good. Those are two packages close together. Needed to separate those. Let's say, made a mistake. Okay, that's good. So you keep trying. There's a spill. This time you did the right thing. You stopped it, and you sought assistance. So you're able to do this, and then you can actually run this over and over again. We can run at max speed, and we can run without any assistance. It won't come up and tell you that you have an error. Let's see, we'll see what our scores are here. And so we had a practice, and we can say, let's try again. And now we're going to run max speed, no feedback. So let's see what happens. And by the way, I did this myself, and I was laughing so hard I could hardly do it. Because it was like super fun, to almost like a game. There was some debris. They grabbed the debris. There's an open box, So, and again, we're getting the feedback. Those packages were too close to each other. They were spread. Got an open box again. There's a cylinder. And it goes on. So, and oversized. Again, super cool because number one, it allows you to practice a job that you don't know how to do and get comfortable and build your own confidence. Make sure that you're confident in the job. Number two, it's safe. You have the safety things, and you do it over and over. Like these packages that have a spill in it can be a real safety issue for yourself, and you need to make sure that you do things properly and get to practice that. And then also, what if this isn't the job for you? you might say, I don't think I want this job. And another cool part about this technology is the price has come down such that we're able to make it more ubiquitous. We can do more training. We can take the training even to schools to do it. We can take the training to a hotel room like this and let people come in that are applicants and do the training there. They don't have to actually drive, because our hubs and our centers are kind of out in the middle of who knows where they are. Driving out there, for a job over the holidays is kind of like, I don't know if I want to even drive out there. But if it's in your neighborhood and you go by and you kind of play the game, and you kind of go, yeah, I think I can do this, and make some money, over the holidays, all good. So with that, I just want to leave you with, I think about this, that, when I think about virtual reality and virtual reality training, that a picture is worth 1,000 words. We always say that. But I think virtual reality is 10 times that. And it, basically, it keeps you from doing mountains and mountains of documentation and paperwork and learn something, that you really do learn. You learn it very quickly, and then it creates the muscle memory. I've heard that before. Other people talk about that. Muscle memory is so important, and to be able to train your brain that your hands can move as fast as what you think. And of course, the cost is coming down. So I'll give you just a couple of things what we're doing next at UPS. So we had a recent announcement that we have investment in a company called Too Simple, and it is doing autonomous tractor trailers driving. And this is happening today, and it's happening in Arizona. And so I think that technology will be, very, very good for all of us moving forward, and it really saves a lot of time, and it's green. It saves emissions. You can do things at different times. We have another subsidiary called Flight Forward, and this is a drone operator, and we'll use this to enhance what we're doing with medical delivery. And Fast Forward has just recently filed for FAA approval of being able to operate drones out of sight. So knock on wood, we anticipate getting that approval by the end of the year. So with that, I just want to leave you with a thank you. And I'm very excited about this technology, and we're doing more and more with it every day. So thank you very much.